Might be one of the next toys coming to Dash Garage. It might be. Alright. So, back in the garage. Pulling the transmission one more time on the Elco. Because of these little spacers between on the transmission, between the transmission and the throttle bearing. So I'm just one spacer short. I took it out, put everything back, tried to start it, run through the gears, couldn't get any gears, so got to put that one spacer back. Been underneath, I couldn't see it leaking from anywhere. Thought it was leaking, so that's not the case. Might be a small oil leak somewhere, but it was clear. That's what got me. So I said nothing leaked from the transmission. Fluid still in the reservoir, so I don't know where it's coming from. But we'll finish putting that spacer back in, top it off with some MTF fluid, and then start it back up. I'll do it while it's still up on jack stands. Go through all the gears, make sure everything's working right. But it should take me about an hour to do everything. Alright, so it's probably not the right way to pull a transmission out, but it's been working for me. But those little spacers I was talking about, they said right in front of the throttle bearing. I'm not sure if you guys get to see that or not. But like I said, those connectors for the throttle bearing, those are dry, so nothing's leaking on those. There's a little bit of oil around the bell housing, but as far as the transmission, it's dry too, so I don't know where that fluid was coming from. But I got that spacer slipped on there, so put everything back, and then I'll test it out. Alright, so now's the fun part. Just filling it back up with MTF or synchro mesh, whatever you want to call it. Some people use gear oil. But there's a hole right here. This bottle makes it a lot easier. So pretty much just squirt it in there until it starts to come out. Well, it was a lot easier last time. I didn't have the exhaust on, so this time I have to get a little bit more creative. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm about to get a little messy, so grab a funnel, just kind of just angle it in there and hopefully don't make too much of a mess, but that's pretty much it. Just fill it up through here until it starts to overflow, and then put the cap back on and call it good. You guys get the point. Not to show you. Alright, so I did get it all buttoned up. I did already run it a little bit. I noticed it's not the first time it's been leaking, but the oil pressure sending unit is leaking oil back there. I did start it up already. Ran through some gears, so it does have gears. I'll start it up. Run through one more time, and then I'll lower it and take it around the block. So that was 1st through 5th. It's a little smoky out, but I think that's to do with the tune, or just not reading the O2 sensors bad, I believe. So I think that's why it's getting a lot more fuel than it needs. I will lower it. Just take it around the block, let it warm up a little bit more before I run it like that again. But yeah, that's it. That leaks just from some of the MTF. And that's a little bit of that oil down there. I'll clean it up and take it around the block. And when I go to park it again, put a piece of cardboard down there so I can see if it's leaking anymore or not. But it's a little update on the Elco. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower it, get it back on all fours, and I'll get back to you guys. It's doing pretty decent. Keep on it. Little stop sign here for no reason. Yeah, a little bit of driving footage. Not much. You guys see it's still dying out though when I'm coming to a stop or wanting to die out. Because air fuel is still real low. So not sure how that's coming across, but it's still running a little low on the air fuel ratio. RPMs are good. Put it back in the garage though. See, that's what it is. It's not liking something, fuel pressure or what. Back in the garage and take it from there. But before it goes in the garage, I might have to clean it up a little bit. So it goes a little right along. Hope the video quality wasn't too bad, but it's been a little while. But she's getting closer. One reason I'm trying to get closer to being finished is I'm trying to add to the collection. So wouldn't make too much sense get a number 6 without number 2 running, right? So that's about it. So got the Camaro, the PT, aka the baby Bentley, 80 Elco LS swapped, the T5, O2 Blazer ZR2, and a 08 M109R that's having clutch problems. But that's the collection, guys. All white and black. Alright, so got back in the garage and some oil leaking on the driveway. So it's looking pretty good from there. I'm about to find out if that adapter to the sensor is loose or the actual sensor. So I'm about to pull that one. And I don't know if there's an O-ring or anything there or not, or if it's just not tightened down all the way. So that'll be the next thing I have to do to it. And clean up these wires. I did have them wrapped, but one of the last videos I explained the alternator situation, so that's why the wires are unwrapped. So I need to get some of that wire loom and tape and just wrap it back up. But yeah, the oil pressure sensor, that's where it's leaking from. So yeah, figure that out, and it should be one step closer to being back on the road. Till then,